All right, we're about to count things down.
In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Here we go. We're in the second round. Now this is a top 8.
All right, let's see. So far, Andy and Kirby with the same stacking, but Andy goes for a puzzles adjustment with the Z and S piece to get the Tetris, but both boards are looking good. Dog and Zero also with their respective Tetrises, and here we go. Clean start for both players. Let's go. Second Tetris for Dog, second Tetris for Andy and Kirby. But it looks like Zero is going to get into a bit of a slowdown. Ooh, Zero.
Oh no, not like this.
Yeah,
but he was able to get, oh no, he goes for the aggressive.
Fatal. That's fatal. He can't do anything. And Zero's going to get an early top out at 25,000. So, Dog, you are already good.
Yeah,
number one.
That's one of the things I was saying. Do you think he's playing the game just back to back right away with a slight warm up? Do you think he might have needed that rest? But he's a kid. He has the energy.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Okay.
Openers are pretty stressful sometimes because when you have a flat board, you sometimes don't know what to do with the pieces.
Okay.
And when it's more of an open-ended problem and the move's not obvious,
yeah, let's go ahead and get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, so like you were saying, just getting started. The warm-up is done. You know, Cold Bucket is telling Zero to lock in.
Yep. But yeah, the whole thing about a flat stack, like, one of the things I remember Jonas saying in his streams was, if I had like a 4 high, like perfect clear setup, I would not like that stack.
Oh my God, look at this. Simul Tetris and simul stacking.
Yeah,
and there's still simul stacking still.
Yeah.
How far? There you go. It diverged. I love seeing a simul stack until the first Tetris. Look at that. That was a Zero looking at Dog's board and trying to copy him.
Tetris has been quite critical recently. Oh.
Another hang. Oh no.
But I think, okay, this could actually work out quite nice if he gets the right pieces.
Not gonna set up for anything aggressive right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either. All right. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But he's gonna lose a lot of pace to Dog, as Dog's still playing perfect. All right. Meanwhile, at the top, very healthy games for both players. But looks like Kirby's gonna have to set up a delayed burn with the S pieces, and this is
adding
looking
weight
a little
there.
Troublesome now. Gonna need a flat skim. Gonna use the L piece, and the J piece fits nicely for the left. But it's gonna allow Andy to take the pace lead.
Okay, there's a safety triple, dirty triple there, for Dog.
Dirty triple for Dog.
But opens up the wall and gets a Tetris after that. 148,000 points for Dog, 103,000 points for Zero, and the simul Tetris up there, 312 for ID Kirby, and 288 for Andy. Neck and neck on top.
Zero right now. What would you be thinking? Because you're playing against arguably the hottest player in Classic Tetris right now.
I know for me, I was starstruck because I had to face Dog in the first round.
Yeah, that's true. And now Zero is in your position. What do you do? Do you go for survival? Do you try to play aggressive? Like, it's hard to tell because...
Oh, he's setting up aggressive for this T-spin. Gets it, nails it. Crucial T-spin moment.
Square. It's going to be some more burning. Meanwhile, a drought on the top here for Andy and Kirby. Good T-piece there for Kirby. And now Andy's going to run into the drought. Let's see how he handles it.
Okay, the wall is
Takes
open.
That burn.
And there it is, Tetris for Zrobot.
Yep. Both players being clean, but Andy keeping that pace lead. Just about... one in Tetris and change here for Andy in the pace lead. But a rotation issue for Zero is going to be more burning. This is what makes rolling such a difficult play style, is the rotations especially. Even if you're able to hit 30 hertz with your fingers, just being able to keep a solid grip on the controller is just really difficult. So you cannot take for granted, the 29 players seeing is actually incredibly physically difficult to do. It takes a massive amount of hours and training to build that skill set. Zro's gonna try to get a long bar here to deal with the dependency and gets it. Now down by 100K, but Andy, all right, Andy made a few hangs on the left, but has a fine long bar dependency, gets the long bar and a Tetris. We're approaching the 19 transition, and both players look clean on the top.
Yeah.
Dog has a T-spin setup and hits it very nice.
Nails it pretty well.
This burning's going to allow Zro to make up actually a good amount of ground here. Zro was struggling in this game, and now this is less than a 100K deficit.
Okay, transition up top for Kirby at 598. A very high transition there. One more Tetris for Andy into transition.
Andy could transition with one Tetris lead. Keep in mind, because Kirby's been playing a little bit higher than Andy, Andy tends to play quite safe on 18 and transition later.
Yeah, 619 transition for Andy. So we had two 600K transitions.
One thing I noticed about Andy, even in DAS, which really surprised me, is that even though like Andy gets the highest scores in DAS, like he's still able to maintain efficiency on 18 and yet like play slower than their opponents, which means you're stacking like effectively safer and lower to the ground. So like Andy is really good at honestly like figuring out this strategy, because even if you're behind in score by just a little bit, if you're playing slower, you know what your player ahead of you is doing, and if you really enjoy, chase downs, that gives you a lot of information of how aggressive you need to play. And Andy is doing a great job managing his aggression, still maintaining a slight pace lead over ID Kirby. Kirby experiencing another drought, but has a beautiful stack and is able to get the Tetris, 815,000. We're on double 1.2 pace for both players right now.
Yeah, 846 now for Kirby with another Tetris.
Zro, meanwhile, is going to transition with a problematic board, but is able to clear out the jagged parts of his stack. Just needs a couple more pieces. That T was really helpful.
Yeah, he really waited for that T.
And the long bar. And Zro is clean, but Dog with 700K into level 20. 79% Tetris rate, really strong.
Yeah, 942 for Kirby. We're about to reach max out very soon there for him.
Yeah, potential, looks like you're going to get like around a 201 max for Kirby, and there's
a max out for
201 max for Kirby. Well played. Kirby putting all the pressure on Andy to keep up his pace. Kirby knows that if you push Andy, it's possible he can make a mistake, and Andy is going to be down by about a Tetris and a half into 26.
Okay, 990 for Andy. One more Tetris for that max out.
Meanwhile, Dog, I know this is an old saying, but right now Dog's been unleashed. 850,000 in mid-23.
And we got a max out.
Could get 900K before 24.
Yeah, another max out there for Andy.
So 883 into 24 for Dog. Andy got the max throw, looking very clean too. Beautiful play from all the players right now.
Missed flip there. Wait, he could get. Oh no, doesn't go for a double T tuck.
Quite a tough move to hit. All right, so ID Kirby transitions into 29, clears out that that one row of hung Minos, and we have CO9 for ID Kirby into level 30, and is in a safe position right now, but that is a little problematic.
Oh, top out for Zro, and there's a max out for Dog already.
What a formidable game Dog plays. Oh no, Kirby is in trouble, gives up, doesn't go for the 9 right, and Andy is already good.
And that was just game 1 there on the top.
Oh my. Andy keeps things clean. Looks like Andy might go play this out. 18-piece drought.
And still going. We're going to do the simul start. Let's see. Is he trying to go? Look at that. Gets a Tetris and down.
And Andy tops out intentionally with D51. Well played.
Count it down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh man, match point now for Dog. Can Zrobot get a game off of Dog, knowing how tough the #1 seed is here?
Yeah, Dog's been. Not only is Dog playing really good on 29, but he is also pacing. And that is a really difficult combination to beat, because if you can both pace and play good on 29, you have the recipe of a champion.
Oh, Kirby already failed a T-spin setup there. Having
Right
some
now.
trouble already.
All right, nice. Okay, looks like Kirby will probably be fine here, but still needs some help from RNG. All right, we're good for Kirby. Dog hits the T-spin, 68,000 for Zrobot. Actually, is still perfect.
Has his Vit set up, doesn't go for a Vits yet.
Doesn't go for the Vits yet, but it may hold. Oh, goes for double squares maybe.
Maybe needs a J to
Or
spin
J
that.
spin? No J spin.
Oh,
Okay.
he probably didn't
very
see them.
smart. He does a skim with the square instead.
Interesting
I
resolve
did not
there.
see that, but that was a really brilliant play by Throw. Very cool gameplay from Zrobot. And we are off and running.
Yeah, Zrobot winning by 1 point.
Dog has ice water in his veins right now. Dead focus.
You know, Zrobot doing the screen looking. Don't we know a player who used to do that in 2020 in the finals against his brother, also doing some form of screen looking?
Lots of screen looking. That's true.
Yeah, but you don't see him doing that now recently, so I think he's just locked in his own game.
Yeah. Screen looking can be quite distracting. Also, even just looking at your own score can be pretty distracting. I've recently, one of the things I've recently done to change my mental mindset is look at my score less and focus on the next box only. And I think it helps, especially on DAS playstyle or pretty much any playstyle, because of how much the timing and rhythm matters, regardless of what speed you are playing. Input timing is what guarantees you're able to hit a successful input.
Oh, Zero hangs a little square there.
Okay,
and gets a Vits.
Nice adjustment. Does the holdout for the long bar, knowing that the stack's going to get knocked down, and tucks the square. Well done by Zero. But still, ooh.
He had a 2-Vit setup potentially there.
This is looking quite.
He's committing to it.
Okay, gets the.
Avoids the Vits.
But he goes for the dependency. Now he hits the Vits.
And
gets another long bar. Now
just a
Dirty
single.
Tetris ready. And gets the dirty Tetris.
And one burn. I don't know if that was intentional or accidental or what. What goes in the mind of a kid like this?
I mean, I would never trust RNG to give me that many long bars. But honestly, kudos to Zero. That was sick.
That was really gutsy to do that.
Yeah, very gutsy, for
especially
sure.
on the match point.
Yeah.
You would think people would play a little bit more safer in their last game if they're about to be swept.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, Dog adjusts the S flat, and now looking good. So because of this digging from Kirby, Andy is going to be in a pretty substantial lead on the top. Again, Andy playing well behind his opponent in lines and pacing higher. This puts Andy in a really comfortable position.
Yeah, still a neck-and-neck game there on the top. Sorry, the bottom. And you could kind of say maybe on the top.
Ooh, Andy, interesting. Goes for this burn into the Shadow T. So this couldn't result in this was definitely a safe play by Andy, but it's going to force a little bit of burning. All right, but Andy's just going to, no problem, stack on row 2. And there's a touch for Andy. And we're looking good on Andy's nice adjustment for the square and another Tetris, 462 to 426. Meanwhile, Zrobot actually in the lead against Dog. This is what you need, 80% Tetris rate. You need to at least put a little bit of pressure against your opponent, or be neck and neck if your opponent is Dog right now.
Oh, Kirby stacking a little bit high. Blocks the wall the moment the long bar shows. Story of my life there.
Looks like there is a drought that is happening on Andy's board, and I think that drought was what caused the complication for Kirby, but gets the Tetris and another one. We should get a 500K here for Kirby, and Andy will get, should also have a 500K, maybe a 550 if we see good efficiency.
Yeah, I'll say S-spin there for Kirby, and needs one more. Needs a Tetris into transition, but I don't know if he's going to burn into it because we're experiencing another drought.
Zro also with a bit of a jagged stack. An L piece would be lovely here, and gets the L piece. 598 into 29 into 19. Sorry,
Yeah,
but Dog actually took the lead.
Yeah, but not only about a Tetris lead though.
Super close. We're gonna get.
Pull back.
Oh my God!
Like right now. Can he get the piece over? Gets the piece over.
Insane.
Reward him with a long bar game.
Nice.
Takes the burns.
Okay.
There's a long bar a little late.
Okay,
And there it is. He's safe still.
Safe. What a dig.
630,000 points for Zro. 696,000 points for Dog.
What a survival for Zro. That double flip I thought was fatal, but was able to work through it.
Oh, but now there's another set of complications. Nice burns again.
Yeah.
And a long bar to just take a triple.
Yeah.
And another long bar. Okay, the long bars are helping him down stack, but he's set up for a dirty Tetris. There's a long bar and a dirty Tetris for Zro.
Zro does not want this to be an archaeological dig, or this will result in more deficit to Dog. And getting into a big down stack is really punishing against a player like Dog, who very rarely makes mistakes.
Oh, wait, wrong tuck location. You saw the little look of frustration, like, why did I tuck that way or move that piece that way?
Beautiful skim for Dog, but getting droughted.
Oh, he's going for the Tetris. At this point, he says he has to.
God. Okay, nice triple. He's open, and perfect timing for the dirty Tetris. That was a upper decker there for Zrobot.
And set up for another, for a row 2 dirty Tetris. Will the long bar show? There's a drought forming again.
And beautiful skim into the Tetris. Kirby and Andy, both players digging, but Andy with a higher pace. Zro going for another dirty and gets another perfect time long bar.
Down by 3 Tetrises now.
Keeping the game in a manageable deficit. I do think, though, like, Zrobot's going to need to get a lot of 29 play to have a chance here.
Because we have not seen any error, fatal misdrops, or any miss holes in Dog's board this whole time. Nice 5 below setup.
Yeah, holy cow.
Oh, nice adjustment for the long bar.
Gosh.
That was really a high IQ stacking there.
We're going to get another 200 line max out for
damn.
Dog. Oh, my gosh. Back-to-back 200 line max outs. This guy is unstoppable right now.
The Dog has been unleashed.
This guy is pacing. Zrobot is still on potential 1.1 pace if we get a lot of Tetrises here.
Tetris here for Zrobot, 794. Oh, sorry, 948. There's a Tetris for Zro, 982.
Dog with B37 in level 27. Andy.
Zro trying to wait for this long bar. Okay, blocks the well. Oh, kill screen there for Kirby, 964.
964.
There's a max out for Zro.
All right. Dog transitions into 29 with C20.
And a max out for Kirby.
Now. Okay, gets the long bar. Zro into 29. Okay, Zro needs a T-piece, gets that in there. Okay, very nice. Oh no, Zro needs to hit. Oh no, okay, gets a skim. Okay, it actually works out. Zro is set up for a left wall, needs a long bar.
Another top out there for ID Kirby. One more, and then we got a 4-way max out here in the top 8.
And Andy chases down Kirby, taking it 2-0. Zro is still alive here. Dog with another
Tetris there for Zro.
Double dirty Tetris. I mean, Zro had a left wall, but I mean on 29, that's a dirty Tetris. Oh my goodness. Okay, Zro takes a triple, reaching 1.2. Dog at 1.428. Super clean right now for Dog. Okay.
A 1.2.
Dog is still super clean. Takes that triple.
Yeah, Zro knows he has to be playing aggressive right now.
But I mean, this is amazing gameplay from Zro right now.
Oh
no! Okay, he should be fine if he gets the skim.
Yes,
okay,
he gets the right skim. He gets a long bar. There's a Tetris.
And another one.
Wow, 1.3, and Dog is at 1.5. It's just impossible. It's just trying to catch up, but it's like Dog is just a different animal.
This is a tough stack for Dog. Dog might top out.
Oh my God!
He needs another long bar. Dog tops out. Zro needs to chase down 220,000. Zro has the runway. Zro needs 1.548. 1.548 is the score you need.
And he's running out of time.
But there is enough time. Needs 4 Tetrises.
There's a Tetris.
Can we see the chase down?
He's getting there.
3 Tetrises for Zro. There's enough time. We need long bars.
Where's the long bar? No, not a drought.
Give him
There's the long bar.
A fast roll. Oh my God. Can he dig out of this? Can Zro dig out?
Oh no, double flip. Oh no, nothing burst there.
Oh.
And there's a top out. 1.4. 1.4 was not enough to beat Dogs.
What a valiant effort from Zro. That was a really good game.
Definitely.
Although Zro got swept, I would say that was a banger.
That was still a win.
That was definitely a banger.
I've never seen Zro play in competition this far into the game. And I think he had to because he was playing against Dog.
Well played, Zro.
Well
Thank you
played.
so much for being here at this tournament. You're improving so quickly. It's amazing to watch. It's just amazing to watch your progression. You are a future superstar. And you you took Dog to his limit. You pushed him. You made him play aggressive and made a mistake there. And that was within reach.
Mm-hmm. And now we could focus now on the top match here.
Game 2 was Andy. Andy was able to chase down Kirby into level 31.
Yeah, so this is match point now for Andy.
Match point for Andy. Andy trying to get revenge against Kirby. Andy has a broom in his hand. All right. So, I think both times Kirby was a little bit early top out in 29 speed. I think Kirby needs to focus on stacking clean, but I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to mechanics, right? So we'll see what happens. Yep. All right, looks like Kirby has a bit of a long bar dependency here. All right, gets a long bar. All right. And simul Tetrises, and another one. All right, ooh, okay. Oh, neck and neck, perfect score. Simul scores. Can we see the necks here? Is there a neck and neck emoji we can do? That was the same exact score.
That'd be the friendliest universe having that. But here we are in the regional, and they are really neck and neck here.
Yeah, same score, same lines too. All right, Andy. Oh, good. Okay, needed to hit that adjustment so we can burn off that really problematic. Trying to adjust here. Yeah, I don't know how he felt about that placement. So he took a little head shake. But we have a column 2 dirty Tetris here for Andy, and there's a Tetris. 406 to 444, Tetris again for Andy. Needs a J or an L, and the timing of the pieces. If that L came before the T piece, then he would have hit a T-spin, but unfortunately it's the other way around. And you don't have a hold piece in classic Tetris, so what can you do? But
I would say that with rolling, they think that, massive.
Oh, yikes. That is a horrible S-burst. I like that Skim has to hit some okay, that J was really important, but needs some more help. Needs another J or a long bar. Right now, needs No! Needs a long bar immediately. And that is going to be it. Andy will sweep Kirby, get the revenge, and moves on. And will have the opportunity to play at least 3 games against his brother Dog in the semis. GG's.